Hi. Have you ever bought a weight loss product and later that night you looked at the little label at the very bottom of the bottle and saw that the results weren't typical? Well, according to Rooney, nothing in fine print is ever good news. And I believe in this statement because I have bought several products before where the results weren't typical, you know, in the fine print and everything, and so that's never good news. I'm sorry. So the interpretation, I believe, what Rooney is saying is you need to read everything in the fine print just so you know how well it really works, because you never know what you are buying. Some examples of products that you need to, some products like energy drinks, they say that they give you lots of energy, but in the fine print, it doesn't tell you about all of the crash and all of the bad chemicals that are in there that can make you dehydrated. Then also in commercials, they have toys that will fly around and everything and make little kids think, oh, you know, if I buy this superhero, it's going to fly around my room like it does on TV. But in the fine print, obviously, the toy doesn't fly. And then there's also commercials where people who lose hair and they want hair restoration, you know, and they always show the before and after pictures, and they're obviously computer animated, and the results are also not typical if you look at the bottom of the television screen. Another major thing you need to really read is cigarettes. They have Surgeon's General Warning, and it talks about how it can affect pregnancy, and that's also very small print, of course, because they don't want the whole world to read that. And also legal documents, you need to be careful when you read the fine print in that, because you could be paying maybe like a monthly statement each month, or maybe you could sign your life away. You know, you never know what you are reading and getting yourself into, so it's important to always read fine print, because you never know what it's going to say, and it's usually not good news. So, thank you.
Come on in. A few weeks. Oh my God!
Okay, it's an okay rhetorical question that you start with. I think you're just a little too literal with the topic, and that means that it's going to seem pretty redundant when you get to your examples, but you had some good examples to talk about, and you talked about each of them, and you had a couple of fun points to make about them, and they were fine. Like I said, because you are sticking to such a literal interpretation of the topic, I think it is going to sound a little more repetitive than it would if you were more creative. But it was well organized, and like I said, I thought you had a couple of good illustrations that you're talking about there. On the presentation, I think your energy level is a little low. I think you need to have a little bit more forceful energy in your voice and in the pacing that you're going through. Not bad, but something that seems like you're more engaged. Your gestures are completely limited because of the pages in your hand. You've got a pen in the other hand, so it really looks awkward. At first, I thought that it was a little problematic with your eye contact because you did go down to that page a few times when you got stuck for an idea. Now, you got better during the presentation. There was less and less of that as you went along, and so I thought that that did improve. On your posture, you want to be a little bit more aware that you are giving a speech. You're supposed to be in control. You look a little either relaxed or not quite defensive, but you've got this hip pointing thing that you're kind of doing while you're standing there, you know. So you just, you know, talk to us, step forward, be engaged. You know, you got to get your body into the presentation also. I didn't see any big anxiety issues that I'd be concerned about, except for the notes in your hands and maybe a little bit of the like I said, with the body movement. The conclusion of the speech, your exit line sounded a little abrupt, but it was clear that you were done. It didn't really seem to tie into the thoughts that you had earlier, and I'm not sure that it made the point as well as you were doing earlier in the presentation, but like I said, it was effective at letting us know the speech was done. All right, thank you.